Hi. Hi. Okay, can you guys hear? I hope you guys can hear me okay. Um so we'll just wait a little while. Hi Rose Thorn. How are you? Thank you for showing up. Okay. Hi Turtak. So we'll just wait a little while. I don't know who else is going to show up. I don't know if anybody else is going to show up. So, um hopefully some people do. Some more people do, because we already have some people now. So that'd be great. Um, I'm just sitting here excited to get into this read. Um, while everyone is reading, I'm gonna set a timer on my phone, and when it's done, I will let everybody know. And then we can talk a little bit about what we've read. Maybe not everybody's reading the same thing. Today, these reading sprints are for Kindred, Octavia Butler's Kindred, but this is my copy. But you don't have to read Kindred. You can read whatever you'd like to read. You can watch a video in the background. You can crochet or craft. You can do anything while you're with us. Just thank you so much for joining us and being with us. I really appreciate it. So we're gonna keep waiting. Maybe one more minute before we get maybe one to three more minutes before we get the sprint started. Um People in the chat, there's only two of you, but those in the chat, what do you plan to do during these reading sprints? Oh, okay. So Rose Thorn says, I've never done anything like this, so I'm really curious and also kind of nervous. Yeah, I'm actually really nervous as this is my first live on YouTube. So we're gonna be doing this together. We're gonna work through this together. Um, so what happens is we usually do just reading sprints, or if there's a topic, we pick a specific book that we're all going to read together, and then we pick a book together. Like today, we picked Kindred for Octavia Butler in preparation for the TV show coming out in December. And then, so we decide if we're going to read for 25 minutes, 30 minutes, or 45 minutes, or an hour, usually 30 to 45 minutes per reading block. So I'll set a timer on my phone for 25 to 45 minutes, maybe. And then when it goes off, we'll just discuss whatever we've been doing in that time, and then we'll set another timer and get back to it. And reading sprints will be over at 7 p.m. So please feel free to leave at your discretion. You don't have to stay the whole time with me. Um, you can um you can stay here for as long as you'd like. You can leave whenever you'd like. You don't have to announce that you're leaving. You can just leave. It's okay. Um yeah. So we've got one more minute until we're going to start the reading sprints. And yeah, okay. We have one more minute. So this is a Black Woman's Writers edition of Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. Um, I believe Kindred was published in 1979, but I'll check on the inside of this book. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, 1979. So this copy was printed in 1988, but um, Kindred itself was printed in 1979. Um, and the TV show is going to be modernizing the story. So, um, yeah, I am really excited to get into this, dive into this, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to dive into this, and I'm excited for the TV show that's coming. So, does anybody have a preference? Do you want um, 25 minutes, 35 minutes, or 45 minutes during this sprint? Should it be a short one since this is our first one? Let's see. What do you think, Turtak? What do you think, Rose? Okay, okay. So Rose is okay with whatever. Turtak, do you have a preference? Not sure if you're still here or listening. 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I think I'll just choose 35. Okay, both of you are new to this, so 30 or 45 minutes sounds like a good length of time. Okay, we'll start off with 30 minutes. Okay? Okay. So, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. There's my timer. So, when when I become a pro YouTuber and I, you know, figure out how to use OBS with YouTube, I will probably have like myself here on this side, and then on this side, I'll probably have like the timer on screen so everyone can see the timer. But yeah, so I set the timer. Let's go ahead and get our sprint started. I hope you enjoy whatever you're reading. Thank you so much for spending time out of your day and your evening to read and or do whatever, with us. Thank you. See you in 30. Oh, sorry. And if you see my mouth moving and I'm muted, it's because I am listening to the audiobook with someone and I'm muting myself and playing the audiobook in my earphones while I sprint. So if you see my mouth moving and no sounds coming out, it's probably me. I probably just muted myself. Okay, see you guys in 28 minutes. Hi, welcome to everybody who's coming in. We've got 14 minutes left of this reading sprint. So we're just going to go ahead and keep reading. Right now, we are covering Kindred by Octavia Butler. Thank you so much for joining us. Um, you do not have to read Kindred by Octavia Butler. You can read anything. You don't even have to read. You can sit and craft. You can watch YouTube videos. You can watch a movie. You can just do anything with us and spend your time with us and just hang out this Friday. Um, um, I am listening to the audiobook with someone via Discord while I read the book along with the audiobook. And yeah, so I will see you guys in about 14 minutes. And also, as Kat Burns says, I'm new to this and I have the book on Audible. Will there be any reading or discussion out loud? Um, So when you're doing reading sprints, it usually depends on the host, but for these ones, we're going to read for the allotted amount of time, so that would be like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. And then after that, we're just going to stop and we're going to talk to each other about what we've been doing, if we've been reading the same book, if we've been reading something else, and then we're going to go back to reading our sprints. And then right before 7 p.m., which is when the sprints end, we'll just have a little discussion about what we've been reading and what our how we feel about what we've read so far. So that's what we will do. Like I was telling the others, do not feel like you have to stay for the entire sprint because it is from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So if you need to take off, go ahead and take off. You don't even have to let me know, just go ahead. Um, and thank you for coming. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got 12 minutes and 30 seconds. I will mute myself and unmute myself in that time and let you know when the timer's up. Then we can discuss what we've been doing. Also, like I did say, I am talking to someone on Discord or listening to an audiobook on Discord with someone. So if you see my mouth moving, but there's no audio coming out, it's probably me. I probably muted myself. So, just so you know, so you're not worried. All right, we've got 15 seconds. So just wrap up what you're reading and wrap up what you're doing. Okay, so that was the first part of our reading sprint. We got through it. Yay! This is my first live on YouTube, so this is my official first, the end of my official first, reading bit. Um so what were you guys doing? We have 5 people here in the chat. Um Someone says, Rose Thorne says, I've decided to try to write. Wish me luck. Writer's block has been kicking the life out of me. It's about a related subject. Okay, so Rose Thorne is writing. Um, who else is doing something else other than um reading Kindred? And if you are doing something other than reading Kindred, what are you doing? I'd like to know. Um, I'm reading Kindred. I'm about 20 pages in. Um, I don't think the story is particularly long. I'm 20 pages in, and wow, the action. Like I'm gonna talk in a way that I'm not like spoiling anything, but just the action starts right away. Like um, the action is like immediate, right? And that is something that I really love, just jumping into the story. Um, Hi, Gunsword Fist. It's so wonderful to see you. Books, Gers, and Purrs. It's so great to see you here. Thank you so much. They say I've been listening to Medicine River by Thomas King on audiobook and making dinner. Ooh, what's for dinner? What is for dinner? Yeah, Turtak. Gun Swordfist is one of my really good friends. They really support me, and they really help me out. And we talk to each other frequently. So they were really kind enough to agree to come here and just pop in to say hi. So I'm really appreciative. Thank you so much, Gun Swordfist, and to everyone for popping in and saying hey to us. Um, Cat Burns says, I'm reading a book, The Alphabet versus the Goddess. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I wonder what that is. Turtak says, pupusas for dinner. That sounds delicious. Rose Thorn says, hi, everybody. Hi, Rose Thorn. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy to see, like, you guys here. Like, you don't know how happy I am. Lazy dinner. Book Gers and Purrs says, lazy dinner. Mac and cheese with veggies, fish, and curry. Thank you for hosting a sprint. Thank you so much for showing up, for being here. I really appreciate you and everybody else just being here. Cat Burns says, "Wow, I made quesadillas for dinner." Ooh, everybody's having a good dinner. That sounds so good. I haven't had dinner yet. I'm probably not gonna have dinner until this reading sprint is over. um, Gunsword Fist and Rose Thorn. What are you guys having for dinner? Um, and then after you guys tell me what you're having for dinner, or maybe you don't know what you're having for dinner. Then we can move on to the next sprint, and we'll do about 30 minutes. I think this 30 minutes worked really well the first time, and we could just do our own things. Rose Thorn says, I am probably going to make pasta. Ooh, okay. That sounds good. You know what? Now that I think about it, I have a white sauce pizza in the freezer. And, like, yeah, I know some people are like, ew, frozen pizza, but it tastes pretty good. So I might have that. Rose Thorn says, spaghetti and tomato onion sauce. That sounds good. A star. Hi, A star. Hey. Hi, having tea and relaxing. Oh, wonderful. That sounds so nice. You know what? I should have made some tea. Like, I have some honey in the cabinet and some chamomile tea, some cinnamon tea. Uh-huh. Pupusas sound delicious. Oh, I know, don't they? Yeah, the pizza sounds it's actually pretty good. It's got like different cheeses on it and it's got spinach, it's white sauce. It's really good. Yeah, it's good. Yep. Quick and easy dinner. Yep. That's exactly what we're about here. My husband and I just quick and easy dinners. Okay. I'm going to set the timer and then I'm going to say for the new people who came in, we're doing Kindred reading sprints, but please do not feel like you are obligated to read Kindred and don't feel like you're obligated to even read a book at all. You don't have to read. We have someone in the chat who's working on writing a story. We have someone in the chat who's listening to an audiobook while cooking. We have some other people in the chat who are reading. Other people in the chat who are doing different things. Let us know what you're doing. Cat Burns says, I'm having a cup of ginger tea to help digest those enchiladas. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. And that sounds really good. Like, wow. Gunsword Fist says, I don't know what frozen cheese pizzas are good, but I used to eat Jack's hamburger pizza. I've never heard of that, but that sounds pretty good. Hamburger pizza. Oh, okay. I can picture it now, just cheesy with beef. Oh, yep. Tomato sauce. Yep. That sounds so good. Okay, so here's the next reading sprint. It's hard to see. Sorry, I'll do better next time. Next time I should have it on the screen. I'll be here. It'll be here. Um, we're gonna do 30 more minutes. So 30 minutes. We're gonna start, and I will see you, lovely people, in 30 minutes. I'm gonna mute myself. If you see my lips moving while I am muted, I am just talking to the person I am within Discord. We're listening to Kindred. So if you see me moving my mouth and no words are coming out, it's probably me, not you. I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Okay, this is me saying you have roughly 45 seconds before the second 30-minute sprint is up. So go ahead and finish whatever you're working on so that way we can talk a little bit in between and discuss. And then we can begin what will most likely be our last sprint. Um, yeah, okay, that's the alarm. And we're going to queue up for another sprint, but first we're going to wait until everybody finishes what they're working on, until everybody finishes catching up on what they're reading. I am on page 32 of the Black Women Writers Kindred edition. Um, it's really good so far. It's really good, but I'm like gearing up to be afraid. Like I already am afraid, but I'm expecting some more dramatic things to happen, right? Because then, for anybody who's reading this, um, in the prologue, right, it introduces um, Dana and her husband, Kevin, right? And Dana's in a particular state that I am interested to figure out how she got like that, but I'm also afraid to figure out how she ended up like that. Um, it's just the worlds of Octavia Butler are so just the stories are so masterful, right? And this is one of the reasons why she's one of my favorite authors, because she just has just a great way of telling stories, of getting the reader invested, of you know having a deeper meaning there behind her stories, and getting the readers to start up a conversation on what they're reading. Um, Bookskers and Purr says, "It's been a while since I've read Kindred. I'm going to try to reread hopefully this month since the show is coming out soon." Cat Burns says, "When does the show come out?" Turtak says, "Next month." Yes, the show comes out next month, December 13th, and it airs streaming. Sorry. It airs and it will be streamable on Hulu on December 13th. Um, if you would like to join myself and some other YouTube creators, some booktube creators, and some bookstores, some indie bookstores. There's Third Eye Books, Sister Sci-Fi, who is also a bookstore, Bookish Bree, who is an Instagrammer or a booktuber, myself, and Main Humanities on Instagram. We're hosting a live show for the Octavia Butler's Kindred on Hulu. But the live show that we're hosting is going to be on the 19th. So if anybody wants to go to that, you can go ahead and just leave me a comment below. If you're watching this video after the fact, just leave me a comment below, and if it's, before the video showing, I will comment the dates and the times so that way you'll know where you can sign up for that. Cat Burns says her world building is unparalleled. Octavia Butler, I mean. Yes, it's her work is phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. Like, I'm just reading this and I'm scared. I'm intrigued. Like, I'm surprised. I'm nervous. This is, and this came out like, this has been out for so long. And to think that, like, I am 32 years old and this is my first time ever reading Kindred by Octavia Butler. Um, but my first Octavia Butler book was honestly maybe a year and a half ago. Maybe a year and a half ago was my first Octavia Butler book. Um, it's it's the read is going well so far. I'm really intrigued. What is everyone else doing? Are you guys also reading Kindred? Are you reading something else? Are you watching something? Are you playing a video game? Are you crafting? Are you writing? Yes, Kat Burns says she puts you on the spot in regards to Octavia Butler and her work. She really does. Like, she really does. And there are these ideas of ecological harm, not in this particular, but there are the ideas of like ecological harm, and then harm that racism and slavery have done, like in Kindred, um, the the harm that misogyny does. She writes about all of these things, and it's just so stark and just like, I don't know, it's kind of in your face, but it's also like great. It's, I don't know, it's just great. The way she writes is just wonderful. Rose Thorne says, still writing and of course listening and lurking in the chat. And then Kat Burns says, have you read any of the parables? Yes, I read the parables, Parable Sower last year, and then I read Parable of the Talents this year. And Parable of the Talents put my heart through the ringer. Parable of the Sower did too. Parable of the Sower was hard to get through, right? And and I finished it and I was just like, wow, that was so good. Like, there's a sequel? Wow, okay. So I go to read the sequel and it just breaks my heart. I can't even tell you how many times I cried while reading that. I listened to it on audiobook and I hybrid read it while listening to it on audiobook. And I just got so emotional. I just cried so much. Um wow. Just, I see why it was nominated for all the awards. I see why it won all the awards that it did. I see why Parable of the Talents gets more attention than Parable of the Sora, but I think they're both phenomenal works. I think they're both phenomenal. Just fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this last reading sprint. This time we're going to add like 5 minutes, so we'll have like 35 minutes. So let's go ahead and set this reading sprint for 35 minutes. Okay. So the reading sprint is set to 35 minutes. I'll see you in 35 minutes. I hope you enjoy whatever you're reading, whatever you're writing, whatever you're eating, whatever you're working on, whatever you're playing, whatever you're watching. Just thank you so much for coming and joining me for these reading sprints. I really appreciate it. All right, I'll see you in 35 minutes. Okay, hi. It is a few minutes until our reading sprints are over, but we can just go ahead and end them a little bit early. So come to a close of whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, whatever is easing you. Come to let that end so that way we can just close out and say goodbye to each other, and then I can let you guys know that we're having more reading sprints tomorrow and on the 18th. So once again, we are having more reading sprints tomorrow, same time. So that is November 12th, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We're also having the last of our reading sprints for Kindred on November 18th at 5 p.m. So that is today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday, and then the last meeting is going to be the following Friday, I believe. So this is just about the conclusion of our first reading sprints for Kindred. I am an okay amount of the way through. That's how much I've read, including the introduction. I can't remember who the introduction was by in this book. Introduction by Robert Crossley. So, yeah, this is how far I am. Um, Tomorrow I have a special copy of Kindred coming in. It was made by the Folio Society. If you don't know who they are, a company that makes special editions of different types of books. Um, and I bought the Kindred Folio Society edition. So I should have that tomorrow. Once we do our sprints tomorrow, I'll show you guys my Folio Society copy of Kindred, and then we can just get right into the reading sprints. Um, Rose Thorne says, "Thank you for providing a quiet spot to work and read." No problem. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate you and everyone else who went out of their way to show up and do some reading sprints with us. You don't have to read while we do our reading sprints, but it's just nice to have company and have people talking in the chat, saying hey, hello, just relaxing together. It's very nice. Cat Burns says, "This was my first reading sprint ever. Thank you. Good night, all." Thank you so much for attending. I really appreciate you. I hope to see you again, but if you don't come back, that's perfectly fine because I am so ecstatic to have seen you this time. Thank you so much. Books, Gers, and Paris says, "Ooh, I can't wait to see the folio edition. I'll definitely be here tomorrow." That's so wonderful to hear. I'm so happy you were able to show up. Thank you so much. Books, Gers, and Purrs, Cat Burns, Gun Sword Fist, Rose Thorn, and Turtak for showing up. I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully, I see you tomorrow. But like I said, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'm just happy that I saw you today, so it's okay. I'm going to end the stream a couple minutes early, about 7 minutes early, just a little bit early, because I have yet to eat dinner yet, and my stomach is growling. So, I am going to read a little bit more of this just so I can finish off the chapter because I'm almost done with the chapter, and then I'll resume tomorrow when I see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a really good night. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, everybody.